Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me Fatima Khan, Business Wali. I'm a student of Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute Batch 22. Today I'm going to discuss a very important topic, that is the how to balance work and life without burnout with Sesame. Today we will learn about this topic. So let's start.
Hey, Fatima, what's on your mind?
Today I want to learn about the topic is how to balance
I
work
am
and
listening.
life without burnout.
How do you balance work and life without burnout? That's a pretty big question. What specifically feels most challenging for you in juggling everything?
My first question is this: what does work life balance really mean?
Work life balance isn't about splitting your time 50-50 or some perfect equal split. For me, it means having enough bandwidth to show up fully in the areas of your life that matter most to you, whether that's work, family, hobbies, rest. You don't want to feel like you're constantly sacrificing one thing for another. It's more about integration and prioritization, not strict separation. Does that make sense?
Why is work life balance important for mental health?
Constant hustle with no downtime just wears you down over time. It spikes cortisol, messes with sleep, weakens your immune system, the whole nine yards. Burnout actually changes your brain chemistry too. But balance isn't just avoiding the negative. When you prioritize life outside of work, you recharge mentally and emotionally. You tap into different sources of joy and fulfillment, which builds resilience when stress hits at work. What's your biggest concern right now around balance and mental health specifically?
Nothing special. My next question is this: what is burnout and how does it happen?
Burnout isn't just feeling tired, it's this total physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion from long term unrelieved stress. It's like your battery drains completely and stays that way. What happens is you're consistently pushing yourself beyond your resources, ignoring your own needs, or dealing with work that feels pointless. When you don't have space to recover, that chronic stress shifts into burnout. It creeps up slowly. Make sense?
No. What are the early signs of burnout?
Early signs are subtle, maybe a general sense of detachment or cynicism about your work, being more irritable or having more negative thoughts. You might be constantly tired even after sleep and find it harder to concentrate. Little things start to feel overwhelming. You might realize you're distancing yourself from friends and activities you used to enjoy. Basically, your usual coping mechanisms start failing.
How is stress different from burnout?
Stress is usually something specific and temporary, like a big project deadline or a challenging conversation. You might feel anxious or overwhelmed, but you can usually see a clear endpoint. Burnout, though, is longer lasting and much more pervasive. It's more of a complete depletion, both emotionally and physically. So, stress is a high gear, burnout's a flat battery.
What causes poor work life balance?
Um, a lot of things can throw it off. A lot comes down to stuff like long work hours, but also things like unclear boundaries between work and personal life, like checking emails after hours. Perfectionism, feeling like you have to say yeses to everything. Lack of support at work, sometimes it's just systemic. Workplace culture that celebrates overwork or doesn't value employee well being. Sometimes it's on us too, though. Difficulty delegating, not setting priorities, or feeling guilty taking time off. What feels most relevant to you so far?
How does overworking affect mental health?
Overworking doesn't just lead to burnout, it impacts your brain directly. Cortisol levels stay constantly elevated, disrupting sleep, which messes with mood regulation. It increases anxiety and depression, diminishes your ability to focus, and can even shrink parts of the brain associated with memory and learning. Your immune system weakens too, so you get sick more often. Basically, it creates this vicious cycle where the more you push, the less capable you become.
Can technology and smartphone disturb work-life balance?
Absolutely. Smartphones are like work's longest leash. It's hard to disconnect when your job is in your pocket. Constant notifications, emails, being always on creates this background stress. Even outside of work, social media or doom scrolling can eat into time that could be spent on other things you enjoy. Technology isn't inherently bad, but it makes intentional boundaries way harder to create.
Why do people struggle to switch off from work?
A lot of it is psychological: fear of missing out, pressure to always be responsive, anxiety about falling behind if you disconnect. Sometimes employers create that pressure directly through expectations about availability. But we also do it to ourselves, finding our self worth through work or feeling guilty when we're not being productive. Plus, our brains are wired to focus on what could go wrong, which makes you check that email one last time just in case. It's this combo of internal and external pressures.
How does lack of sleep impact burnout?
Sleep is when your brain resets and recovers from stress. Without it, you are compounding the issue. It's like running on empty for days straight. You're more irritable, your mood tanks, your ability to cope with stress gets weaker, and your immune system takes a hit. Chronic sleep deprivation basically makes burnout symptoms way worse and harder to recover from.
How can I manage my time better to avoid burnout?
There's no single magic formula, but it starts with awareness. Track where your time goes for a few days. You might be surprised where the black holes are. Prioritize tasks. Use a calendar religiously. Delegate what you can. Protect your focus time by blocking off periods for deep work. But time management isn't just about efficiency, it's also knowing when to say no and building in breaks and downtime.
What are effective daily planning strategies?
A few things work well. Start with a daily to do list, but categorize items as high, medium, or low priority so you focus on what matters most. Time blocking helps. Schedule blocks for specific tasks instead of just leaving your day open ended. Batch similar tasks together to improve efficiency. And don't forget to schedule breaks. They're not productivity killers, they're recovery time. What type of planning feels most natural to you normally?
Nothing special. How do I prioritize tasks in a busy schedule?
You can use frameworks like Eisenhower Matrix. Urgent's important. Urgent and important get done first. Important but not urgent get scheduled. Urgent but not important, delegate if you can. Not urgent and not important, dump them. Or try the Pareto principle. Focus on the 20% of tasks that create 80% of the results. Knowing your values helps too. If family's important, protect time for them regardless of work demands.
Can time blocking improve productivity and balance?
Definitely. Time blocking tackles overwhelm by giving everything an assigned slot instead of letting tasks bounce around. It focuses your energy better and forces you to decide what really deserves your time. When done right, time blocking isn't rigid. You build in buffer periods for unexpected stuff. It's like creating a structure that actually supports flexibility, which improves balance too.
How many working hours are healthy per day?
What counts as healthy really varies, but generally, Consistently working over 8 hours per day is likely pushing you toward burnout territory. For sustainable energy, experts often suggest 6 to 8 hours, with actual work time being 4 to 6 focused hours. The catch, intensity matters too. 2 hours of deep work are more valuable than 8 hours of distraction and task switching. What feels sustainable for your concentration levels?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you, Maya, for a grateful conversation. Nice to talk to you.
You're welcome, Fatima. Good luck finding that rhythm. Talk soon.
So that's all about the conversation about the topic. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me. Allah Hafiz.